I'm Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're two sisters Southern cooking.
We are making a chess pie. This is my nemesis. I am not very good at making a chess pie, but she is. So we're gonna hope her goodness is rubbing off on me today, because I'm not very good at it. I'll admit it, but she's good at it. So let's get started here, shall we? Key is make sure that your butter is softened, not melted. That's the key to making a great chess pie. And Elsie's chess pie was excellent, but she had melted her butter instead of made it soften. So that makes a difference in the consistency of the way it sits up. When it comes to chess pies, you gotta go by the book. Yes, you do. It is. And it's a great Southern dish. We have made this before, and we are making it with the Jiffy pie crust. So while Elsie's mixing in her butter and the sugar, it's a step process, and we are going to take you down the step process. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay. While Elsie is mixing the butter and the sugar together, and it's going to make it almost like milli pieces, not where it's all the way cream, but just like milli pieces. About like just that. Like that. I'm going to go ahead and add in my flour and my sugar and whisk it together. And this is going to be actually the fourth step in this. Now, did you do one egg at a time or all of them? I did them all at the same time. All right. Because you're combining them. That's what you're doing. And what I'm doing is I'm mixing this until there is no clumps. All right. Another step to this is you have 3 different steps for the sugar. 1 cup of sugar at the beginning with your butter, and then 3/4 cup goes in now after you do the egg. So that's your third step. And then you put a half a cup of sugar in with your your flour and your. Now we have to make sure that we do mix this pretty well, but you don't want it to be smooth because it may make it pretty runny. So the butter will melt inside of your chess pie, right, when it's baking. Okay. And now my nemesis is the flour. All right. All right, and then next we will put in a little bit of cornmeal and our vanilla. We did not get extra vanilla. Okay, we'll get an extra teaspoon of vanilla. We're putting an extra teaspoon of vanilla in. We love that rich taste. This here is regular cornmeal. It's not self-rising. This has to sit in the refrigerator for 2 hours. We already made our pie crust, so that's sitting in the refrigerator, also in the pan as well, because I went ahead and made it up. It's the Jiffy pie crust. So that right there is the perfect way that you make your chess pie, because your butter chunks will melt inside of your mixture. We're going to let this sit up in the refrigerator. It's actually going to thicken, and then we put it in the pie crust, then we can bake it up and it'll be thicker. So we'll show you the next step in just a little bit. All right, y'all, here is our pie crust, and here is our custard for our chess pie. It is set in the refrigerator for 2 hours now and thickened up quite a bit. And you'll see where it has thickened up quite a bit, and I'm gonna see if Elsie will mix it a little bit and just, ooh yeah. That looks good. Chess pie is so good.
It really is.
It's a custard pie. It's very simple to make, but you have to follow the steps all the way.
Right.
So, sorry. There was still some, yeah, you don't want to waste any of it. You want it not to be right at the brimming edge because it is going to rise up, and you don't want it to be. And we made this pie crust, by the way. This is a Jiffy pie crust, and Elsie and I were finagling around with trying to get a design on it, so I'm hoping that it looks pretty when it's baked. But this is going in the oven for 25 minutes uncovered. Then you put tinfoil over it, and then you bake it for another 20 to 30 minutes depending on your oven. You just need it to jiggle just slightly. I got a trick to that with baking it with the tinfoil over, because sometimes if you put tinfoil directly over top of it, it will stick to it. So put it not in the bottom, but kind of like in the middle, and then above it put your bottom shelf on top of it, and then lay your tinfoil over top of it, and that way it will give it the same effect, and it won't burn from the upper burner, and it will give it the same effect. So that's just a little trick from me to you. Just make sure it's in the middle of the oven, because you don't want it burning the bottom if it's too close, because Elsie has a very hot oven. And the cookies that we just took out were a little brown because they were closer to the burner. So take it and put your bottom one above it, and then put tinfoil over top of that, and just lay it out. And that's what I do with all of my cakes and with my pies and stuff. So just my little trick for you guys. All right, we're gonna go put it in the oven. It's gonna be good, y'all. Okay, y'all, we are gonna go ahead and put in our tinfoil over top on the top rack, and Elsie's gonna place that right now. And we will push that back so it covers it, and we're gonna cook this for another 20 to 30 minutes, and then we'll be ready to take it. Well, this is how it turned out. It looks yummy, y'all. Oh my gosh, that looks good. That's a pretty chess pie. There you go. Sis and I are usually in such a rush at the end of the day that we don't have time to cut the cake or slice the pie up on screen and let you see what it looks like. But we're gonna make a valid effort to do this, because I know you guys wanna see what it looks like, but we had to stop for just a minute and cut this pie because it was so good. So creamy, so sweet, oh my gosh, delicious, guys.
Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're Two Sisters Southern Cooking.
Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.